In the 13th century, few dared to challenge the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's armies were unstoppable, sweeping through kingdoms from the steppes of Mongolia to the deserts of Persia. But in 1221, on a battlefield in Parwan, a surprising defeat shook the Mongol forces. This was the Battle of Parwan, a rare moment where Genghis Khan's seemingly invincible army was brought to its knees. What led to this surprising defeat? Let's dive into the story of the battle that no one saw coming. By the early 13th century, Genghis Khan's empire had already taken control of much of Central Asia. With victories over the Khwarezmian Empire, the Mongols dominated the Persian region. But not everyone was willing to submit. One Khwarezmian prince, Jalal al-Din, refused to surrender, becoming a thorn in the Mongols' side. Jalal al-Din was a fierce warrior and the son of the defeated Khwarezmian Shah. He rallied loyal followers determined to protect his homeland from Mongol control. Driven by revenge and survival, he gathered his remaining forces, hoping to challenge the Mongol invaders head-on. The Mongols, however, were relentless. Under the command of Genghis Khan's trusted general Shigi Kutuku, they prepared to crush Jalal al-Din once and for all. But Jalal had a few tricks up his sleeve and an iron resolve to protect his people. In 1221, Jalal al-Din's forces and Shigi Kutuku's Mongol army met near Parwan, in what is now modern-day Afghanistan. Jalal's army was heavily outnumbered, but he had the advantage of knowing the terrain. His troops were familiar with the mountainous region where the Mongol cavalry's speed would be limited. The Mongols, used to the open steppes, struggled in the rugged landscape of Parwan. Jalal al-Din set traps and ambush points along the mountainside, weakening the Mongol advance. Every inch of ground was fought for, with Jalal's forces using guerrilla tactics to outmaneuver the powerful Mongol cavalry. For the first time in a long while, the Mongols found themselves on the defensive. Shigi Kutuku was forced to adapt, struggling to break through Jalal's tactical defenses. The scene was set for a clash that would test both sides' endurance and strategies. The Battle of Parwan began with fierce skirmishes, with Jalal al-Din's forces launching surprise attacks from the higher ground. Mongol soldiers were drawn into narrow, winding paths where they faced ambush after ambush. In the chaos, Jalal's men used every advantage, rolling boulders, setting traps, and launching volleys of arrows from the hills. Despite their discipline, the Mongols were caught off guard. Shigi Kutuk's men, used to wide-open battlefields, were at a disadvantage in this rugged landscape. The Mongol forces began to falter. Despite their skill and numbers, they were unable to counter Jalal al-Din's cunning tactics. By evening, it became clear the Mongols were losing ground. The mighty empire had met its match in the mountains of Parwan. As the sun began to set, Shigi Kutuku had no choice. He ordered his forces to pull back. It was a decision that echoed throughout the Mongol ranks. A retreat, something rarely heard of in Genghis Khan's army. Jalal al-Din had won. His forces, though small, had outsmarted the Mongol machine. News of the defeat traveled quickly, and for the first time, the Mongol Empire appeared vulnerable. Jalal al-Din's victory sent a powerful message. The Mongols could be beaten. But while Jalal al-Din celebrated his victory, he knew this was only a small triumph. The Mongols would return, likely with more strength and fury than before. The Battle of Parwan became a legendary story of resistance. Jalal al-Din's victory was short-lived, but it was a beacon of hope for those who faced the Mongol threat. Although he eventually lost to the Mongols in later battles, his bravery left a lasting legacy. This battle served as a reminder of the strength of resistance even against overwhelming odds. Jalal al-Din had done the impossible. He had defeated the Mongols, even if only for a fleeting moment. The Battle of Parwan is one of history's hidden stories, a moment where courage and clever tactics overcame an empire. In the end, Jalal al-Din's story reminds us that even the mightiest empires can face defeat when confronted by those with unwavering resolve. And that's the story of the Battle of Parwan, one of the rare defeats in Mongol history. What do you think? Could Jalal al-Din have continued to hold off the Mongols, or was his victory a mere flicker in the grand tale of Genghis Khan's empire? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more epic tales of history's greatest battles. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.